Hello and welcome to another episode of Drinking with Disney.
Episode 21.
Episode 22.
22. We just went over this.
Yeah, episode 22. And tonight we watched the 1996 animated classic, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
It's a really dark movie.
It's very dark. I did not like... This might as well have been the first time I've ever seen it. Like, that's how little I remembered of it.
I like remember we'll get into it, but the one guy being like so scary.
Yeah, all I really remember is like at like the final like climax scene is when he's running across the wall with the rope and swinging on the rope. Like, that's all I remember of this movie.
That.
Yeah.
Well, I used to really like it. I was Esmeralda for Halloween.
Yeah.
One year.
Yeah, you were saying. Yeah.
I was like obsessed with this movie.
Yeah, like I said, might as well have been the first time I've ever seen it. That's how little I watched it as a kid. Maybe once in its entirety, and that's about it.
Well, anyway, we're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
So we always watch a movie, and if you guys are listening or watching for the first time, what we do is watch a Disney movie, and we just Google drinking game rules.
Yeah, we find a drinking game for it and play along.
And we have some drinks. So tonight I'm actually drinking a cocktail. We got a cocktail book, and this is one of the easiest ones in there, and it's like the most delicious thing I've ever drank.
Yeah.
It's called Ariana's Go-To, if you guys are Vanderpump Rules fans. It's literally just cucumber, lemon, soda, and a shitload of vodka.
Yeah, they're really good.
Really good.
Yeah, it's a really good cocktail. And tonight I've been drinking the Land Shark Lager. Classic, brewed in Waterloo.
This is a land shark.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so, like Molly was saying, we always play a drinking game while we watch the movie, and Molly's going to go over the rules for tonight's game.
Okay, so your first rule is going to get you probably the drunkest. Mm-hmm. It's anytime they say gypsy,
yeah,
which is a lot in the movie.
A lot. Yeah.
Anytime they say Esmeralda, which they say gypsy more than they actually say Esmeralda's name.
Yeah, I thought Esmeralda was going to be the one that got us.
Going to be the kicker.
Yeah, not so much.
Wasn't. Anytime you see like a wooden toy or like the models that Quasimodo makes.
Yep.
Oh my god. And anytime a new song starts.
Yeah, which is a classic.
And then there was a rule that said if you're looking to play the hard version for another 35 plus drinks, drink anytime they say Quasimodo.
Yeah, which we didn't do because we knew it was going to be a lot, but actually I'd say it's probably on par with Gypsy.
With Gypsy, yeah. So if you're really trying to black out, like...
Yeah, include that.
Include
too.
that.
Yeah.
If not, honestly, you could just play with the Gypsy rule and you would still get a good buzz going.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So this movie is based in 1482 in Paris. At the Notre Dame Cathedral,
At the beginning of this movie, I was like, this movie's from France, right? And Lucas was like,
yeah.
It's the Hunchback of Notre Dame. It was like, oh, awkward.
Yeah. But anyway, it starts with Quasimodo's parents like trying to run away from the cops, pretty much.
Yeah, because that was like my first thought, and because we've just in so many of these movies, if you guys have been listening and watching for a while, you know that our first question is where the fuck is this person's parents?
Yeah.
How did they end up here?
So many absentee parents in the Disney universe.
But they actually show you what happens.
Show his mom get murdered.
Yeah, his parents are like escaping. Because I was like, are gypsies illegal?
Yeah.
They're like known as like common thieves, I guess.
Yeah, they're just street people.
And
right?
that's why the one guy, Frollo,
yeah,
hates them so much.
Yeah.
And so they're like trying to flee, and then this baby starts crying, and that's how they get caught.
Yeah.
And the dad gets arrested, and the mom tries to run.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to go to the church for sanctuary. That's what his parents are doing, because the guy who's, like, manning the boat, like, when they get off the boat, he says, like, 3 shillings for passage to the church.
Oh.
Yeah, but then they get busted on their way to the church. Like, right as soon as they get off the boat, they get busted.
I need to pay more attention.
But anyway,
I thought they were just trying to escape Paris.
The 2 or 3 men that Quasimodo's mother was with get arrested, and then she jets it, she boots it, she tries to run and get to the church, and she makes it, but they don't open the church doors fast enough, and Frollo catches up to her, and
he just slams her down, and she
slams
dies.
her down on the concrete steps of the church,
I
right?
know.
So she like bashes her head off.
He just slams her.
Yeah,
Like, that's really fucked up, especially for a kid's movie. Like, you see this guy just pick up this woman and slam her on the ground.
Yeah, and then the next thing he does is pick up the baby, and then he goes to fucking throw it in a well.
Because he goes, ah!
Yeah.
You look like you were sent from hell.
Yeah, and then the priest comes out and saves Quasimodo's life.
Why is the baby so deformed?
It's just a birth defect, I guess. I don't know.
Just looks at him and he's like, ah!
Yeah, he looks at him for like half a second. He's like, oh, it's a monster. Got to get him back to hell. Brutal.
He goes throwing down the well. The priest comes out and saves him.
Just brutal for a kid's movie. Jesus.
And he says when he's like about to throw him down too, he's like, I'm going to send you back to hell where you came from.
Yeah. Brutal.
And this guy, like, Frollo, what is he? He's part of the clergy.
He's an archdeacon.
So, like,
and it's, like, I looked it up, and it seems to be a primarily like administrative role. Well, so he would like overlook like the town or the area that he was in charge of, collect taxes, that sort of thing.
That's like, side note, have you seen The Tudors? That's like that one guy from The Tudors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who that
kind
is.
of, yeah.
He's the deacon.
Yeah, I think so. Or he might be bishop in The Tudors, but whatever.
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
Who cares?
But he's this fucked up religious guy.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't say that.
That's fine. But before Frollo can toss the baby down the well, the priest from Notre Dame pops out and says stop, and fucking convinces him to raise the baby as his own.
And the whole thing...
And like, as like a payback for killing the mother.
Yeah, and the whole thing is being told by one of the street performers.
Yes, like the lead street performer.
That's not Esmeralda.
Dude. Yeah. Like the leader of their crew.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Which, for some reason, like, I don't remember why, but, like, I know he was, like, in the Happy Meal toys. Like, he was definitely, like, I remember this guy.
Yeah.
From when I was little.
Yeah.
Being, like, a prominent.
Yeah.
Because I don't, like I said, I don't remember this movie.
Right.
But, like, I remember that guy.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, this guy, but I didn't know he did. I didn't know.
It's funny how, like, the beginning of this and the beginning of Aladdin are very similar.
Yeah, it's got, like, some Aladdin vibes. Later on, it has even some like, Lion King vibes.
Yeah, but, like, the whole thing of, like, telling the story
like
of
the genie
Quasimodo,
telling the story.
when this guy was actually a pretty, like, main character in the story as well. Mm-hmm. Same with, the genie's a little bit more of a main character in Aladdin, but it's the same sort of, like, intro by a narrator kind of thing, right?
For sure. So then Quasimodo just like lives there in the church.
Yeah, and Frollo names Quasimodo Quasimodo because that means half-formed, which is just so cruel and so mean and so fucked, and would definitely not fly in a 2020 Disney movie.
No, we watched these movies, like, especially when we watched, like, Peter Pan.
Pinocchio,
like, anything like that.
Pinocchio was bad.
I think Peter Pan was worse than Pinocchio.
Yeah, they're both pretty bad.
They're just bad.
Yeah, they're both
pretty bad.
You
watch them and you're like, oh my god. Especially, like, not saying I'm not woke. I think it's wrong too. But with all the woke people that would be like banging on your door.
Oh yeah.
Shutting down Disney.
Yeah.
Like,
big time.
It would not be a thing.
Yeah. So after, like, Frollo gets convinced to raise the baby as his own, it's a flash forward 20 years.
Yeah, he's 20 years old.
Yeah. And they go through it in, like, the opening song with the narration that, like, he locks him, like, in Notre Dame to be the bell ringer. But my big main question of, like, the whole movie is, why does the priest not fill Quasimodo in on the fact that Frollo killed his mom? Because it's the same priest there the whole time. And they live in the same building.
And how does Frollo just get away with it?
I don't know.
The priest saw it.
Yeah, well, the priest saw it, but I think the whole idea is that he is, like, the judge, jury, and executioner, right? Like, he is like the highest possible person that you could report anything to,
I guess.
right? I don't know. It's fucked.
Why does he have such a hate on for the gypsy?
I don't know.
I saw gypsies when I was in Europe.
Did you?
Yeah. The one gypsy smacked a girl in the face on
no.
the trip that I was on with.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a big debacle. It was a school trip. We were like 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, when we do that 20-year flash forward, it's the day of the Festival of Fools, and Quasimodo like loves looking down on it, is always like wished to go, and his 3 gargoyle buddies hype him up and talk him into going.
Which at first, I thought that the gargoyles were not real. But then at the end of the movie, they're like shooting shit down at people.
Yeah, there's like, at first I thought that the gargoyles were his imagination, and he would like move them around to like whatever room he was in, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the end, they throw things at like the soldiers, and the soldiers get hit by what they're throwing.
Yeah, so they could be his imagination, but like, how is Quasimodo doing all this stuff?
And when Esmeralda and her goat first go to Notre Dame and follow him up into where he lives, the one, like, Quasimodo and Esmeralda walk out of the picture, and the goat is still there looking at the gargoyles, and one of them comes to life and sticks out his tongue at the goat, and the goat runs off scared.
Yeah, so they're real.
So they're real. It's a little bit of Disney magic that they have in this movie.
Real recognize real.
Yeah.
Goat recognize gargoyle.
Yeah. But Frollo won't let him go to this Festival of Fools. Or Fuels.
Or
Fuels. Either. If there was one, he wouldn't let him go to that either.
Yeah, because he says he's like ugly and he can't go.
Yeah, nobody wants to see you there. You'd have to stay here and ring the bells. Yeah. So
it's brutal.
Yeah.
When he's 20 though, 20, that's the first time you're trying to go?
I know, eh? He wasn't a little bit
like 14?
I know. Yeah, maybe he just...
I started doing bad shit when I was 14. Who didn't?
He also has no idea about any of the outside world, right? Like, he sees interactions and stuff, but he has no idea what people are saying.
And he just has to listen to what Frollo's telling him.
Yeah, exactly.
So...
Yeah. And then right before the Festival of Fools is where we see... I'm going to keep saying it. Is where we see Phoebus. Roll into town.
I, for some reason, started calling him Jon Snow. I've never seen Game of Thrones. He doesn't look like Jon Snow, but he looks like John Smith from Pocahontas.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, it's Jon Snow.
Yeah.
And Lucas is like, what? Like.
Yeah.
And then you also see Esmeralda.
Yeah, but you learn that Phoebus has just returned from a war, and he's a very decorated war hero, so he has a lot of respect from all of the other soldiers that he's with.
Yeah, they like call him back to help with the gypsy
problem. Yeah,
that's what we'll call it, the gypsy problem. Yeah. We don't think it's a problem.
No,
we need to just be clear of that. We don't think the gypsies are a problem. They're just living their life.
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, he's called back to help, and he seems like a nice guy when he gets there.
Seems pretty chill right off the bat. Like, he helps Esmeralda get away from like
everything,
from like the cops, which he is a cop, so he's obviously a pretty shitty cop.
Also, I always like to like look up the age of everybody.
Right.
So I just want to be clear. As we said, Quasimodo's 20 years old.
Yep.
Phoebus is 31 years old.
Yep.
And Esmeralda is 16.
16, yeah. Yeah.
So, like, I know this is based on, like, a kind of a true story, no?
It's based off of a novel.
I thought it was, like, a true story.
No, it's based off of a novel.
Like, a really...
old book from, like, the 1800s, yeah.
We'll just say true story. So, like, this is all fucked up. Like, he's 31 and he sees Esmeralda and he talks about how hot she is as soon as he sees her.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it. You don't know she's 16, but, like, I look at someone who's, like, 17. I'm like, oh, you look like you're 14 and I'm only 27.
Yeah. I was waiting in line today at the LCBO and I was like, how are these people going to get in? They're so young.
Yeah.
But no, they got in.
Shit, well, so did Jon Snow. He got in.
Yeah.
He got
in. He got right in.
He got in.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you see Esmeralda getting accused of stealing money, but she's just a street performer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I said at one point, I'm like, I could fuck with Esmeralda. Like, she is like, she's a palm reader. She's got this baby goat. Like, she's very in. Like, her outfit even is cute. Yeah. I'm like...
Her whole vibe is very, very 2020.
Yeah, she does have a 2020 vibe. She was just living in the wrong time.
Yeah.
She was living in the 14...
Oh, yeah. Like, she's very, like, new age hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't even wear shoes.
No.
There's a guy in Guelph that doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. But then the Festival of Fools begins, and the main, like, narrator guy is chasing Quasimodo around because he thinks he's one of the people with the masks, right?
Yeah, because I saw him chasing around. At first I was like, why is he chasing around? And then I did remember that part. I was like, oh, they think he's wearing a mask.
Yeah, and Esmeralda brings him on stage as well.
And she even says, like, awesome mask.
Yeah.
And when she tries to pull it off...
She actually, like, tries to rip his face off.
Because part of the contest of the Festival of Fools is, like, crowning the king fool.
The king of the fools.
King of the fools. So they have all these guys go up in masks and they rip off their masks and they're kicking them all off the stage, and obviously Quasimodo is last to go.
Yeah.
And then there's one person in the audience that goes, oh, "That's not a mask!"
Yeah.
That's so mean.
It's really mean, yeah.
This movie is so dark, and they're so mean to Q. I keep calling him Q. When I was writing my notes, I just said Q.
Yeah.
And I, like, call him Jon Snow and Phoebus and P a couple times, so just try to follow along there.
So then Quasimodo gets crowned the king, but he doesn't like how everybody is, like, making fun of his face and shit. So they, like, a couple of the soldiers start throwing tomatoes and vegetables at him.
Too, the cops start throwing the tomatoes.
Yeah. Then they rope him down and stuff because he tries to get away. So they rope him down, and then Esmeralda goes and cuts the ropes to, like, stop everybody from fucking with him.
Because she's like, this wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, and Frollo was like, no, don't fucking cut those ropes. Like, I want to teach him a lesson.
And she goes and cuts them anyway.
The lesson being, keep your ugly ass inside. Like,
I guess.
Fucked. That's so fucked.
You're grounded for life.
Oh, yeah.
Young man.
Well, he was already grounded for life. He broke out from being grounded for life.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, this is teaching you a lesson. When you break being grounded, you get tomatoes thrown at you and roped down. Like, he's some sort of animal.
I know.
Like, they can still see that he's a human.
I know. Just brutal.
This isn't a happy movie.
No, there's very little, like, joy in this movie at all.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I was some kind of sick kid to like this movie as much as I did when I was little.
Maybe.
Oh, like, it came out when I was 3. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
So after Esmeralda stands up to Frollo, he sicks all the cops on her, and she just kicks like 15 guys' asses and fucking hightails it out of there.
Yeah, she did some sort of magician shit. And then that's when he accuses her of witchcraft.
Yeah. And that's why, like, the hunt for her is on, effective immediately.
Yeah, because at first I was kind of like, why the fuck is he so obsessed with this one gypsy? But I'm like, I guess he accused her of witchcraft, and also he's a creep.
Yeah, big time.
Which we find out shortly.
Yeah.
Because she makes it to the church, and that's when Jon Snow finds her. Phoebus. Sorry, I need to stop saying Jon Snow because everybody's going to get confused.
Yeah, and he tells her to claim sanctuary, but she doesn't. But he lies and says that she did, so the other cops don't drag her out of there.
Yeah, but then she still has, like, a hate-on for him. She's like, he's such a douche. Like, he tried to... Like, do you not just hear what he said? He said claim sanctuary.
Yeah.
Like, obviously that's him trying to help you.
Yeah, but it's probably one of those things where she was been chased by these people her whole life. Like, if one of them says one nice thing to her, it's not going to flip her whole position right away.
But she seems like a smart girl. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they go to the church. She tells her to claim sanctuary. So I get, like, when you claim sanctuary in the church,
it's like safe ground.
They can't arrest you or do anything. That's like a very flawed rule. What if like a murderer
Let's try doing that now.
Or like a rapist or something ran in there and was just like, sanctuary.
Yeah.
Just kidding, sanctuary. You just watched me kill someone. Bye. Sanctuary, I'm in the church. Can't touch me. No! I mean, it was so long ago. But still, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then they all the other soldiers leave, and
But they surround the church.
And Frollo like hides behind a rock or pillar. I shouldn't say rock because they're in the church. And then that's when he comes out and jumps out and sniffs her.
Yeah.
She's like,
her,
"What are you doing?"
Steals her scarf. Yeah.
He is so scary. Like, even, like, I know he's drawn scary for a reason, but he, like, looks scary, he talks scary, then he starts sniffing the 16-year-old.
And he's, like, in his, 50s, 60s? Like, he's an old man.
Oh, he did not look up his age.
Yeah.
But,
no. But he's, like, older.
Assume he's really, like, at least 60-something, because he's gray when he finds Quasimodo 20 years before that.
Right, yeah.
So he's, like, 60, maybe 70.
Yeah, he's up there. Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, so Esmeralda has to stay in the church. She can't leave the church. Church is surrounded by guards, and Quasimodo fucking sneaks her out by going full-on Tarzan down the side of the church.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Just trust me," which is another Aladdin moment, saying he's going to jump down the side of the church and help her out.
Yeah.
And then she says, "Have you done this before?" And he says, "No."
He says no, yeah.
But he becomes a pro really quick.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
He's really fast at figuring out how to climb down the church and then get back up, and then they say, "Climb down this side," and climb down. Like, he knows.
He's scaling up and down that church like he's Spider-Man.
Maybe he was just joking? Like, you gotta assume that's a joke.
Yeah.
Because he climbed that shit like a tree.
Yeah.
"I'm gonna climb you like a tree later." That's what he said to the church.
Yeah.
But
and then Phoebus comes back after Esmeralda gets snuck out and tells Quasimodo that he was just trying to save her, and she should have realized that, and that
I wrote all that down.
Yeah, and,
I was so mad writing it to him. Like, doesn't she know?
Yeah. And he says that Esmeralda's lucky because she has a friend like Quasimodo.
Friend zoned.
Boom.
By the guy twice her age instead of just 4 years older than her.
Yeah.
Which still, like, 16 and 20 is a little inappropriate. I mean, when I was 16, I was probably like, ooh, 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, and I'm not 16, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
Yeah. And then after, the next thing we see after that weird scene with Quasimodo and Phoebus is Frollo's like death song for Esmeralda, where he's like, I want to fuck her or kill her, and that's it.
Oh my god!
I think that's pretty much the ethos of the song.
She will be mine, or she will burn.
Yeah.
And then burns her scarf and like sniffs the flames, and then her body comes up through the flames, and he's like obsessed with her.
Yeah.
So he makes everyone think that it's like a witch hunt, but really it's like a sex hunt.
Yeah, he just wants to bone down.
Like, he wants her as a sex slave.
Yeah, and then they just proceed to rip apart the city to find her.
He burns up Paris looking for his 16-year-old girlfriend.
And really, like, what she did does not suit the manhunt that they put on for her.
That's
like, it's
I'm
crazy.
Like, how did nobody kind of question this guy?
I know, this guy just was able to fucking just roll and do whatever he wanted.
How was Phoebus the only one that was like, this guy's fucked?
I know. I don't know. Maybe it just needed an outsider's perspective to come in and say, this is all fucked. Everyone's just living like that for so long.
Why are you so obsessed with this one 16-year-old gypsy when your whole thing has been trying to take down all of the other gypsies?
Yeah. And from everything they show in the movie, she doesn't steal from anyone. She doesn't trick anybody into paying her for anything. She's just a street performer.
She makes her own money.
Yeah.
She's on that hustle.
Yeah.
She's fine. She's living her best life.
Yeah.
And then they find, so they go around, they're burning down the fucking city, and they find, kick this one carriage full of people into the river, and, trash this one guy's bakery, And then they go to this one house, and all of these gypsies are like hiding out in the forest. It kind of reminded me of the opening scene of Inglourious Bastards a little bit, right? Like when Christoph Waltz goes in.
Right, yeah.
And he's like, oh. And then he like pretends to leave, and then he shoots in the floor. Like fucking Frollo leaves and says, okay, like you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then he tries to burn them alive.
Yeah, he like instructs Phoebus to set the house on fire, and he refuses.
And the other guys do, and then doesn't Phoebus run in and save the people?
He runs in, saves the people, and steals Frollo's horse and fucking gets the fuck out of there.
Well, because Esmeralda, like he's on the house, and they're about to like stab Phoebus right there, and then Esmeralda from the bushes, because all the gypsies are hiding out in the bushes, slings a rock at Frollo's horse, spooks the horse. Phoebus steals the horse.
Yeah. And then
he
takes
off.
But they shoot like 1,000 arrows at him and hit him.
They only hit him once. It's kind of like, I keep on referencing other stuff, but it's kind of like The Walking Dead. They can't hit the people very well. There's a million shots going off, and they only hit him once.
Yeah.
And they don't hit his heart, but they injure him enough. He falls off the horse, obviously, into the water.
Yeah.
Esmeralda sneaks down to the water.
And jumps in and pulls him out.
And then they don't see her, so like they proceed to go on their sex hunt.
Yeah, and they
for the 16-year-old.
They just assume that that Phoebus is dead.
Jon Snow. But she pulls him out of the water, and where does she take him?
Back to frickin' Notre Dame. Back to see old Q. Q patches him up pretty good.
That's like, no, she patches him up.
Oh yeah, she stitches him up.
But like, it just reminds me of like when people are like, is the killer in here? And they go into the house anyways.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Like, don't take him there.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she take him down to like the hidden sanctuary that they have?
Yeah. So when he's up there, after Esmeralda stitches him up, Esmeralda and the guy take off because Frollo comes. Yeah,
because Frollo's coming, and then Quasi has to
stashes him under the table.
Wait, we missed the part that Esmeralda and fucking Phoebus just make out.
Oh yeah, they just like full on mac
5 minutes.
For like literally like 2 minutes in the movie. It's like them making out, and Quasimodo like half peeking around a pillar, like with a fucking weird look on his face.
Yeah, because the Gargoyles do this whole song hyping him up about how Esmeralda
now and all this
likes him, and then it comes back, and she stitches up Jon Snow, and then they kiss, but they like make out.
Oh, they're like, shit was about to get real if Frollo didn't come over.
And so Quasimodo's so sad because all of his gargoyle friends like hyped him up, and they're like, obviously she likes you, bro. Like,
just brutal.
No, she friend zoned you.
Yeah.
Hard. And now you're sad. And now you hate Jon Snow.
Yeah.
And now Jon Snow is 31 and he's kissing someone 15 years younger than him.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me all too much of like R. Kelly.
That's disgusting.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Like when we were watching it, because we just watched this R. Kelly thing on Netflix. Watch it if you haven't. I was just like sitting here. I'm like, this is like R. Kelly. It's not as degrading, but it's like R. Kelly.
Yeah. But yeah, Frollo, when he does come back, he says he knows what Quasimodo's done, meaning help Esmeralda escape the church the first time.
And he's all fucking freaked out because fucking Phoebus
is right underneath the table that they're sitting at.
Yeah.
And Frollo also says that he knows where Esmeralda's hideout is, and they're going to raid it at dawn with 1,000 soldiers.
And if you're an adult watching this, you kind of clue into the fact that
they're just going to follow him.
Yeah, they're just going to follow Quasimodo because obviously they think that Quasimodo knows where she is.
Yeah.
And he finds out from that fucking necklace he gives her. That was a toy at fucking McDonald's too.
The necklace?
Yes, it was a toy at McDonald's. And So they go there, they go underground, and, like, you just see all these skeletons down there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the smartest fucking thing anyone's ever thought of. Because there are some real skeletons, because they do, like,
Most
the clicky.
of them are real.
They do the clicky-clacky.
Yeah.
But then the gypsies are wearing skeleton costumes, and it's dark in there, so you can only see the bones.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the smartest fucking thing anyone's ever done. That's a really smart place to hide.
Yeah, they are pretty well hidden, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was like,
Pretty legit hiding spot.
So, the main narrator guy takes Quasimodo and Phoebus.
Yeah, they were found on their way in to find Esmeralda. They were found by the
skeleton
guard people, and they think that they're
spies.
They think that Quasimodo and Phoebus are spies for Frollo, so they're going to hang them and add them to the skeleton collection.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Oh!
What?
Mind blown! Were those all spy skeletons?
I think probably a good portion of them, yeah.
You're so smart.
The staircase in was also, like, in a graveyard, so...
Oh! I need to pay more attention. I was texting quite a bit.
This is our new podcast, Texting with Disney,
Oh
where Molly doesn't pay attention to the movie, and then I have to
Okay, well, I should have paid more attention, because I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and... Like, because, like, during Lion King or, like, Hercules, I can text during that. We've watched that since we've started dating just because it's a great movie.
Yeah.
So they take them to hang them, and obviously Esmeralda comes out and saves them. They tell them the plan.
Cuts it pretty close, though.
Yeah.
Cuts it pretty close.
And then Frollo comes in and says, "You led me here."
Yeah.
Like, we all saw that
coming. We pretty much figured that out.
We were that so Raven at that moment, and we knew that was going to happen. Yeah. That's the face she makes when she has a vision.
Yeah.
Lucas never watched That So Raven.
No.
Disney. It's a Disney show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Maybe we should do a review on That's So Raven.
Maybe. Yeah, so they follow them down there. They fucking get all the gypsies. They arrest shit tons of them. And then they fucking tie Esmeralda up at the stake to burn her alive.
Well, because they've accused her of witchcraft, and that was like a thing that they used to do, right? They used to burn them alive, or they used to throw them into the water, and if they flew out of the water, they were a witch.
Yeah.
And then they would burn them, right?
Or push them over like a cliff's edge with a broom in their hand. If they flew off, they were a witch. If they didn't, oh well.
Or they would just burn them at the stake.
Yeah.
Long story short, probably none of them were witches.
Well, I would say definitely none of them were witches. Probably.
None of them flew on a broomstick?
Yeah, none of them were witches.
But
one thing that I thought was weird was they arrest everybody, right? Arrests all around. Except for Quasimodo. They just put him back in the bell tower.
Because that's his master.
Yeah, but, like, Frollo obviously doesn't give two shits about Quasimodo. Why not arrest him, too? Because he's obviously committed a crime by helping Esmeralda, who's a fugitive.
I didn't even think that.
So.
Maybe because they helped him get there. Because he does try to pin it on him. Like, he tries to make it seem like he meant to lead them there a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't see
But they do chain him up in the bell tower.
They do chain him in the bell tower. Yeah, that's true. They do chain him there.
Because he's already a prisoner up there.
But he's fucking jacked, so he gets out of those chains.
He's ringing the bells. This is my theory, is that he wasn't always so hunchbacked.
Maybe he was a little ugly.
Well, obviously, he opened the blanket and said he came from hell.
Yeah.
Like, there was something up. But, I think he got hunchbacked from ringing bells.
Ringing them damn bells for 20 years.
I'm sitting like that. I'm hunchbacked. You can call me fucking Quasimodo right now. This is how I sit.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, yanking down on those bells would probably give you a good punch in the back.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I get that.
A terrible back.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh, big time. Oh yeah, but before Frollo sets the fire that's gonna burn Esmeralda alive, he says to her, like, if you'll just be with me, then I won't set you on fire in front of a crowd of, like, 1,000 people in the square in front of Notre Dame.
This is some more R. Kelly shit.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. Honestly. I can't. He just propositions her in front of all these people.
Yeah.
She's 16!
Yeah,
this
she's
guy's
young.
70-something.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. But fucking Quasimodo swings down, saves her.
Tarzan moment.
Yeah. Full on Tarzan.
We've got Aladdin, we've got Tarzan, but Tarzan came out after.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so he fucking swings down, grabs her, brings her back up to the church, screams sanctuary for her.
He just lifts her up.
Sanctuary! Yeah.
Like, I know she's only, like I've said again, 16, so she's not that heavy.
Yeah.
But, like, still, he's jacked. He just
jacked.
lifts her right up.
Yeah, and fucking swinging on that rope and shit. Like, he's fucking yoked.
So, then, fucking bad guy, Rollo, Dr. Rollo, we'll call him, says to attack the church, which is like a big no-no.
Yeah, oh, you can't do that.
Big old no-no. We learned this in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And
the soldiers do.
The soldiers do, but then I keep on wanting to say Jon Snow. Phoebus grabs the one guy with the keys, gets out, releases the rest of the gypsies because he, like, gets everybody to, like, release the gypsies. Like, all the public's like, this guy's fucked, he's attacking the church.
Yeah.
No shit, he's fucked. He just propositioned a 16-year-old in front of you there, bud.
Yeah, like, he, like, inspires the townsfolk to, like, rise up against Frollo's evil, essentially, right?
Like, it took you long enough.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm just fixing myself another go-to here. I love my go-tos.
So, like, the last, like, 15 minutes of this movie is just going back and forth of, like, Quasimodo saves Esmeralda, then Esmeralda saves fucking Phoebus, then Phoebus saves Quasimodo, then Esmeralda saves Quasimodo. Like, everyone's just saving each other for the last 15 minutes.
Saving.
Yeah.
It's a lot of saving, and then Dr. Evil gets up on the church, and he starts, because Quasimodo has swung back up to the church, and he's saved Esmeralda. She's up there, and he is, like, shocked that Esmeralda might be dead.
Yeah.
I was like...
She was just on fire.
I was like, Quasimodo, the gypsy is on fire.
Yeah.
If you've seen that video on YouTube, you should look it up. But she was on fire. Like, obviously, one, how does she not have any damage to anything?
Yeah, she gets away pretty scot-free.
Scot-free. Like, she gets knocked out for, what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
So then Frollo comes in and tries to stab Quasimodo. Quasimodo gets his knife. Esmeralda wakes up. Bada bing, bada boom. They get chased down.
I also love that fucking trope in movies, which is, like, the most, like, ridiculous thing that would never, ever happen in real life. Like, someone raising a knife behind somebody, and the person sees their shadow and realizes that they're about to be fucking got and gets out of the way.
What if it does? It might happen in real life.
I don't know. I have a hard time believing that one.
It might.
Just always a trope that I always found funny, because, like, who's looking at
the shadow
instead of the person behind you, instead of like the person in front of you who's
body.
dying. Yeah.
Well, and especially when he says, "I'm gonna take care of you forever," like you would look up. So that's a little more believable.
Yeah. Well, I would just turn around before I even saw the shadow, probably.
Well, they gotta show the shadow for that dramatic effect.
I know, right?
What was that?
My computer.
Oh my god!
I'm just doing an update.
I thought that was Frollo coming to smite us. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. So and then like their whole end fight kind of leads up to a like the climax where they're like hanging off each other. Like Quasimodo is like gripping onto the side of the cathedral. Esmeralda's trying to hold him up, and he's holding up Frollo. And then Frollo swings to like the next pillar over, and then that one collapses, and he fucking goes.
The pillar lights up like it's the devil.
Yeah, the eyes of like the snake on the pillar.
And then breaks off.
Yeah.
And then they fall into the fire.
Yeah. Dead.
I think we know where he's going.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty. That's foreshadowing if I've ever seen it.
That's imagery.
You're foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing is when he said to the baby, I'm going to put you back to hell where you belong, because he belongs in hell. So that's foreshadowing.
Not necessarily. It's like hinting at something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
He says that to the baby. The baby
Someone
doesn't belong.
going to hell.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Go to English class.
You go to English class. And all of a sudden, with them kissing.
So Quasimodo falls. Jon Snow catches him.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Quasimodo falls.
He was just right in the right spot at the right time.
Oh, great catch. Good hands on Phoebus.
Yeah. And then they all go downstairs. And then Quasimodo, or the fucking...
Esmeralda and Phoebus,
a.k.a. Jon Snow, start making out again.
Yeah.
And now Quasimodo's just fine with it.
Yeah, he's cool with it.
He's like, you know what, bro? That's your girl. Go get your girl. He's also 11 years older than Quasimodo.
Yeah.
Like, why is he friends with these people?
So weird. Then they go outside, and people are, like, cheering for Esmeralda and Phoebus. And then Esmeralda goes back in and, like, tells Quasimodo he has to come out, too. And everyone's like, like taken aback by him.
But then this one little girl comes up and goes and just starts touching his face. And I was like, oh, so that's his new girlfriend, because this is the R. Kelly documentary.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
His new 9-year-old girlfriend.
God.
Yeah.
It could be with the rest of this movie. It could quite potentially be his new woman.
Yeah. And that's the final shot of the movie, isn't it?
Well, they just start all chanting, God.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, what happens to him next?
Well,
like,
there's a Hunchback 2.
Is he going to live in the bell tower?
They made a sequel to this. God knows why.
Anyway, we gave this movie a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Not great. Barely good.
Yeah.
It drags on a little bit.
But it's only an hour and a half.
And the songs are very forgettable.
I knew the one song, remember? I was like, oh, I used to like this song when I was little.
Yeah,
when she's in the church being like
the one that she sings?
God bless the outcast.
Yeah, the one that Esmeralda sings, right? Yeah.
I liked that one when I was little. Didn't like it as an adult.
No.
So, yeah, 5 out of 10 on the movie.
Yeah.
Best song... We don't even know what it's called, because like we said, the fucking soundtrack is not great. But like the most happy, upbeat, like fun song is the one where they're like amping him up about Esmeralda liking him, like the gargoyles.
Yeah. I thought like the opening song was pretty good too.
Yeah.
And like it's like good for like a narration kind of song.
And then it's at the end as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. But I thought that was probably like the funnest one though.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
And then we always do Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Yeah.
So I did Marry, Fuck, Kill Phoebus, aka Jon Snow, Street Performer, or Quasimodo.
I think you marry Phoebus. Kill Quasimodo.
I know.
Fuck the street performer, probably.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So
well, it's like you don't marry the street performer. What kind of stability is that for the rest of your life?
No, you marry Phoebus.
Yeah.
But then again, Phoebus is kind of a pedo.
Yeah, that's true too.
So maybe it's
the other way around.
But you definitely kill Quasimodo.
You definitely kill Quasimodo, I think.
Poor Q.
Yeah, poor Q.
But, like, I think we need some, like, input from people that are listening on that one, because I don't really know what the right answer is. It's either one of those two.
Yeah.
Definitely kill Quasimodo.
Yeah.
Unless you want to fuck him.
Yeah.
Maybe you could marry him.
Yeah, that's true.
Because a lot of married people don't have sex.
Yeah, but then you have to live in the church tower for the rest of your life.
Well, yeah. But it might be better than the underground gypsy town.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would be sketchy. You don't see any sunlight.
That's
ever.
a really hard one that I put there,
Yeah,
eh?
that is tough.
I think I agree though. Marry Phoebus, fuck street performer, kill Quasimodo.
Yeah, I think that's the answer.
We kind of want to know what you guys think though, because we're not really
for
sure.
sure, yeah.
We're not really sure about it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Lucas likes to do what we need to see more of and what we need to see less of.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more of like Quasimodo growing up, like two scenes. One scene when he's like 8, another when he's like 14,
Like
and
maybe
then
showing a little bit of interest to go outside, not just when he's 20.
Right, yeah, not just let's not flash through all those 20 years. Let's touch in once or twice and see kind of his arc a little bit more.
I agree.
And less is the hunt for Esmeralda. Like there's like 8 scenes where they're just like in different places burning shit and like setting
It takes up a
and
lot
like
of
arresting
the
different
movie.
people. It's like,
It takes up a lot of
come
the
on,
movie.
we can fucking crank through this in 15 minutes, and it took like
It
35.
reminded me so much of like when we watch 101 Dalmatians when they're when they're doing the dog call. It reminds me so much of that.
Yeah.
So then we also vote for MVP.
Yeah.
Who do you think the MVP is?
My MVP is Phoebus. He stands up to Frollo, saves that family, and is very instrumental in defeating Frollo's like troops and stuff by rallying the townsfolk and just being a general badass.
I agree with you. He's
Yeah.
good. But I think it's Esmeralda because she's a little bit more instrumental in like little things that push Phoebus to do things.
Right, yeah.
Like she's the one that like shoots a rock at the horse that spooks Frollo off and saves Phoebus from getting stabbed in the first place.
Yeah.
She also is the one that like cuts Quasimodo free from all the ropes, and she takes Phoebus back to the Notre Dame after he's been shot by the arrow.
Right, yeah. Now Phoebus does want to stop the crowd going in on
But he doesn't.
Quasimodo,
Esmeralda does.
But he doesn't.
But Esmeralda does.
Can you let me say what I'm going to fucking say? He's going to, and if it went like 2 seconds longer, he would have, but he's still showing restraint because he's still following orders and hasn't rebelled against, like he hasn't seen something so gruesome that convinces him that this guy is evil and he has to go against him.
Well, coulda, shoulda, woulda, but he didn't.
Yeah. Fine. Be a bitch about it. Fucking snarky bitch.
We actually love each other. It's
Yeah. Yeah, so that's sort of our rundown of Hunchback.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Probably be the last time I watch it for
Ever.
years.
I don't want our kids to watch that.
No, it's dark. It's not really a kids movie.
I'm like not kidding when I say it reminded me of the R. Kelly documentary.
Yeah, it's like the only reason that it makes it a kids movie is because it's fucking animated and there's
talking
like songs
gargoyles
and talking gargoyles. Yeah, like it is not. It's not. There's no like I don't understand where the jokes are for the kids. Like there's no like
it's not funny.
There's no obvious like physical humor, people falling downstairs and all this kind of bullshit.
Like the gargoyles are funny and that's about it.
Yeah, but they're not even that funny.
No,
Like,
maybe the British one is the funniest guy.
such a fucking mediocre Disney movie. If there is ever a 5 out of 10, this is it.
I used to love it though. But anyway, we'll try not to slack as much. We know we haven't seen you guys since March.
Yeah, we haven't done a pod in a little bit, but we're gonna try to keep the schedule a little bit more on schedule.
And let us know what movies you guys want us to go over.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can hit us up on Twitter or Facebook, and
Facebook.
or Twitter and Instagram, not Facebook.
We're not that
You won't find us on
ancient.
Facebook.
We don't use Facebook.
No. We're not on TikTok either because we're not that young.
Yeah, no. We're the in-betweens.
Yeah. So you find us on social media, like and subscribe, give us a rating and review. We'd really appreciate it. And we will see you for our next episode, which will be coming to you in a couple of weeks. Take care.